Happy Thursday, everyone. I'm Pam with Perfectly Holistic. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm so excited to be back for energy testing live. How is everybody? Drop a note in the comment if you are watching, whether you are on Instagram or if you are on Facebook or YouTube. Let us know. And hello to everybody out there on Instagram. We're so excited that you are joining us. We have 5 lucky kitties today that we are testing to help their pet parents have just a brief little insight into what may be going on with their cat, whether that be physical, emotional, spiritual, whatever it might be. So we had several entries submitted. So thank you guys if you did. And if you're not on my email list, be sure you get on the email list because then you will get the announcements when signups are available. So let me know how's your week going? It's been crazy. I can't believe it's Thursday already and it's May. So happy May 4th. May the 4th be with you. I always have an image of the 2 cats. I'm sure you've seen the meme with they're playing with the lightsabers together on the social media. It's hilarious. So May the 4th be with you. So hello, Lorna up in Surrey, BC, Canada. British Columbia is so beautiful. That is so very cool. And Jasper and Abby are here. Hi, guys. So yeah, we'll let people jump on here. And then Maggie. Hi, Maggie, another person from Canada. We have lots of people jumping in from Canada today. So let's see what else we have going on. So have you had some wins this week with your kitty? Like anything exciting, any like good things that are going on? Let me know. We always like good news, right? We don't always like to focus on the negativity, but we like to focus on what's positive. So before we get started, I wanted to just let you guys know so that if you're watching this page, this channel, you're probably already somewhat interested or have a passion for holistic health, especially when it comes to your pets and your cats. But I'm going to do a free webinar this month. It's going to be Saturday, May the 20th. It's going to be 11 a.m. Central Time. It's free, but you will need to register in advance. And it's basically a holistic approach to cat health. It's the basics. It's for somebody who is curious, not quite sure, what is holistic health? What does it entail? What does that look like? How can it help my cat? What kind of resources are available and how does it all work? So that's what it's going to be. It's going to be just a simple, brief, basic overview, time for Q&A and things like that. I don't have the registration forms up yet, but we will, I think, next week. So just be watching for that. So invite your friends who are tired of the conventional medicine model that's not working for them, or if they're looking for help, they're looking for answers, this would be a great opportunity for them just to hop on, learn some things, ask some questions, and that sort of thing. So I want to say hi real quick to Jessica and Danielle and Diane. Hey guys, how are you? So, okay, we are going to jump in and start our first kitty. Let me share my screen. Give me a second. I'm going to get it all set up. And we're going to pull up our first kitty, Abby. So I think you guys can see sweet Abby. And let me scroll over here and I'm going to read what Tracy, are you here, Tracy? I'm not sure which platform you're watching on. But I hope you are here with us. Let me know because Abby's up first and her concern is all about constipation. And she says it leads to pica and anxiety, something about a fraidy cat syndrome. I'm not sure exactly what you mean by fraidy cat syndrome. I have some suspicions, but I'm not quite certain. So I'm going to go into this with an open mind. Okay, so Jasper and Abby. Yeah. Okay. All right. So Tracy, this is your sweet girl, Abby. And let me just stop real quick and just for anybody who's new, who's never seen muscle testing, or what I call energy testing, because I'm not actually using my fingers. So I'm not using my muscles and my hands, but I'm actually using a pendulum today. This is because it works fast and I don't get tired from testing over and over and over. So muscle testing or energy testing is an energy medicine modality, which you will hear a little bit about in the webinar. It's basically a modality that has been used for years by naturopaths, chiropractors, nutritionists, people like that work in holistic health. And it's a way to tap into the wisdom of the body, because yes, your body has answers. And I basically tap into that energetically and ask questions, and I can get yes, no answers, which help us zero in on root causes, find imbalances, stressors in the body, as well as find tools that resonate with the body to help it get back into balance. So it does not diagnose, treat, cure, or replace, traditional conventional therapies and all of that. It is meant to be a tool. It's a great complementary tool, but it can really, really help. So I am using a pendulum today. So we call this idiomotor testing. For those of you guys watching, when my answers might be different the way my pendulum swings from other people, but my yeses are clockwise for me, and my no's are counterclockwise. So did you see how it changed direction? I didn't change it. I just changed the intention to find a yes and then to find a no, and it switches directions. So that's how I get my yeses and my no's. So, okay. So we're going to start with Abby. So constipation leads to pica and anxiety, fraidy cat. She says she's just a scaredy cat. Okay. Well, she's beautiful and we don't want her to be afraid. First of all, I want to know, has she always been a fraidy cat? Has she always been scared? And second thing I want to know is, has she ever had a rabies vaccine? And did you notice symptoms like get worse after that? If so, that's like one of my first questions in the back of my mind. So I will give you a second to respond. Oftentimes I see pica and very scared, afraid behavior with cats as a result of rabies vaccine. So that is a very common miasm with that. So that's why I'm asking the question about that. If you're not sure, that's okay, because I can still find out, but I thought I would check with you. Okay, so let's dive into check Miss Abby here. So first of all, I'm going to just go ahead and ask. She has had that vaccine and she's always been scared of strangers, loud noises. Okay, scared of strangers is another miasm of rabies. Just saying. So I think I know where this is going to go, but I'm going to be just open-minded and objective, and we're going to just ask Abby what's going on. So Abby, does rabies vaccine resonate with her? I'm getting a yes on that. Is that contributing? Is the rabies vaccine contributing to her fearful behavior? I'm getting a yes. Is this contributing to her pica? Yes, I am. So let's talk about doing a vaccine detox. Okay, we need to detox the elements of the rabies vaccine and get her body back into balance. So let me see what else you had a question on. Constipation. Constipation can be due to stress in the GI tract. Of course, it can be food related. And vaccinosis, which is adverse reaction or the disease process as a result of vaccines, can also cause disruption in the gut, because that's where 80% of the immune system lives, is in the gut. So we need to keep that in mind whenever our cats have issues. So let me just check and see, Abby, are foods contributing to constipation? No. Is hormone imbalance contributing? Yes. Okay. Somatostatin hormone. Yes. Okay. That's kind of what I thought. Somatostatin is a hormone that can get out of balance energetically in the intestines, and it plays a role in assimilation and elimination. So when I see this come up in evaluations that I do, it's often um, the emotion procrastination comes up with the large intestines, and that coincides beautifully with constipation, right? So it just waiting and waiting and waiting, and it's holding out, and it's just like, I'm not coming out yet, I'm not coming out yet, and now it gets hard and it's dry, and they just can't, they don't have the motility. So um energy clearing work can help clear that kind of stress energetically out and help rebalance. But I think one of the main things is detoxing that rabies vaccine and getting her immune system back into balance so we can get her gut back into balance. Um, so I do a vaccine detox customized program. It's a service that I offer. So that might be of interest to you. But I look at things like, is there stagnation going on in the body that needs to be addressed before you detox? And let's ask that for Abby. Is there stagnation in the body going on? Yes. Do we need to support with lymphatic first? Yes. So her drainage pathways are not open, and that can also correlate to constipation because the colon is one of the um, drainage pathways. Sorry, I have a little brain cramp. Drainage pathways of the body is through the colon. And if that is clogged up, things are not moving out right. So we got to do some lymphatic support first and make sure all of the drainage pathways are open before you do any detox work. Otherwise, those toxins just recirculate and they add more stress onto the liver and the immune system. So that is something to consider. So we definitely need to do some work with the sweet girl and help her body rebalance. When you remove the elements of the rabies vaccine and you restore the immune system, she can relax. Her body can just be at rest and at ease, and she won't be so afraid of everything. There may also be some emotional stuff that we could work on as well. So I think that's everything. Yeah, anxiety, pica. Yeah. So there's your answers for sweet girl. So do you have any questions at this time? And at the end of the show, I will put links to the optimal cat health analysis if you want to go into a really deep dive energetically that would address any imbalance in the body as well as emotional hormones, anything. And I'll also put links to the vaccine detox customization service as well. So Tammy, let me know if you have any, I'm sorry, Tracy, let me know if you have any other questions. And then if not, we will move on. Okay, awesome. Okay, so let me take Sweet Abby off, and we are going to go find the next kitty cat. Next one is, look at this guy. This is Hamilton. So let me check and see. So Shayna, let me know, Shayna, if you are here. Yes, Shayna's here. Hello from Montana. Hi, Montana. Hopefully it's nice weather up there. It's getting warm down here. So Shayna submitted this sweet boy Hamilton. And Hamilton has had 2 recent urinary blockages 2 months ago. He's recovering, but the last 2 weeks, he was very restless and very unlike him, especially at 5 a.m. He doesn't go back to sleep until I leave at 10, maybe longer. So he cries more than usual around the litter box, even though he is peeing and pooping. Okay, so the first thing I want to know, Shayna, is what kind of diet is he on? if you could put that in the comments, that would be great, because diet is one of those fundamental things for bladder issues that we can address very easily. So let me know what kind of diet he's eating. Dry food, wet food, raw, freeze-dried, whatever it might be. He's had diarrhea over the weekend. Okay. Okay. Tell me also, like, what he eats most of the time. I know there's a little bit of a delay, so okay. She says, I just switched his food to, is Kate? Kate? I'm not sure about that one. He's been on wet food since February, wet canned food since February. Okay, so I'm assuming he may have been on dry food prior, because dry food will definitely cause urinary problems, especially in male cats. So he's on all wet diet right now. Okay, good. All right, well, that's good to know, because that's a move in the right direction. We want to make sure that cats are eating definitely a wet food diet, but species appropriate. If you can swing that in your budget, as much wet food as you can, because it is truly foundational to their health. So, okay, so I'm going to look at, okay, so diet is big. He's been restless. He's had diarrhea this weekend. Okay, so let's see. My first question to him is, okay, is food contributing to the diarrhea issue? Yes. Is it specific protein? Yes. And okay, is there one protein? No. Are there two proteins? Yes. So tell me what type of proteins what the main proteins are that he's eating, because here's one thing to keep in mind, guys. If you are transitioning your cat to a different kind of diet, like from a dry to a wet, sometimes there will be some diarrhea as their body adjusts to these new proteins or new types of food. And why that happens is, I believe it's fusobacteria. Jessica, correct me if I'm wrong. If the cats don't have enough specific types of microflora to digest certain proteins, you will have this irregular stools. You could be soft, it could be diarrhea, things like that. So that can be just as it can be contributing to the diarrhea, just the change in proteins. If it's a new protein that they're not used to, or a different type of food. Okay, so she says turkey and chicken, beef. The chicken and beef is all new. It was an accident. I meant to just get chicken. Okay, so let's test and see. Is turkey resonating as a stressor? No. Is chicken resonating as a stressor? Yes. Is beef resonating as a stressor? Yes. So beef and chicken are not resonating with him. They're causing the GI issues. Is it something that needs to be cleared energetically? Yes. So these need to be cleared, but I think that goes deeper than that. Are there emotions with the food? Yes. Is there emotional stress as well? So he's got some emotional stuff. Yes, turkey is good. And let's see if we can help with the diarrhea with arsenicum with Nux. Okay, arsenicum. Arsenicum Album is a homeopathic remedy that you can use to help clear up the diarrhea. Definitely stop the chicken and beef, and then go back to the turkey, and give his body a rest from the chicken and beef. Try using arsenicum, and you could probably use it for twice a day for a couple of days. If you've never made a remedy with the pellets, you can buy a tube of arsenicum at wherever they sell homeopathy, online, local grocery store, natural grocers, health food stores, etc. 3 pellets in half a cup of water. let it dissolve a little bit. Use a syringe, withdraw 0.5 milliliter. It's very small, 0.5 ml. Succuss it. You're going to take that syringe and you're going to just hit it really hard against your other palm about 12 times and then squirt it in the side of his mouth. Or you can put it on a little bit of food twice a day for at least 2 days and just watch his symptoms. Homeopathy is not something you want to keep doing over, continuously for a really long time because it can prove. And when I say prove, what I mean is it can contribute and start actually creating the symptoms that you are trying to stop. So we don't want to go that far. You know what I mean? Shana says, as far as emotions, he's always been very emotional, but especially since all the trauma from urinary blockages. Absolutely, I'm sure, because he probably had vet visits and was he hospitalized too? Because that can be traumatic. So he's probably got some emotional blocks as well. So he could use some emotional support. Color is an easy way to provide emotional support. I know you have a beautiful purple blanket, which is great for cats who might feel anxious or nervous. Cats who have GI upset, things like orange is a great color because it supports the large intestines. And then yellow supports the solar plexus chakra, the digestive system, stomach, small intestines, things like that. So giving him the option to pick and choose yellow or orange, awesome. He can go sit on it, sit next to those colors, and it doesn't have to be, an expensive blanket. It can be an old orange or yellow t-shirt. It can be a bath towel. It can be a hand towel. It can be a wash rag. It can be a piece of paper that's yellow. You don't have to be, you don't have to go spend a lot of money for color therapy. It's really about the vibration of the frequency of the color itself. And so be creative in where you source those colors. So she said, yes, he had 2 emergency visits. Oh yeah, he's probably really holding on to some emotional blocks for sure. So nothing that a little energy work can't handle for sure. And then get him back on the turkey. Turkey's very cooling. Chicken is warm, beef is neutral. It may just be emotional blocks. If he was having the emotional experience while eating chicken or beef, it can be imprinted onto those proteins as a stressor. So then the body views it as bad, and it's like has this negative chemical reactions going on in the body associated with those proteins, and then you get this GI upset. So that stuff can be cleared energetically, which is great. So he's just a little out of balance. That's all. He's been through a lot. Hey, Alex, nice to see you. I'm glad you could join us. Do you have any other questions, Shana? I hope that helps give you some ideas. So let me just check one. I want to see one other thing here. No, ion gut support. Ion gut support would be great for him as well. So ion gut support for pets is the one that I would use. And it really helps seal any leaky gut in the intestines. And it's a good binder. It's so many great properties for health overall. So adding something like that can be really, really great for the gut. Okay. So I think that's it for your sweet boy. Let me pull this down. We're going to do that one. And then, okay, so Shana says, last question. Is there any specific parts of his body I can pet when he's really stressed out to calm him down until more work is done? If he seems anxious or nervous, there's a nerve on the top of their head that most cats love scratched. And I don't remember what it's called, but it's on this meridian that goes right at the top of their head. And it's so soothing. It's just very calming. If he lets you scratch that area on his head, it's just, I like to do it on my cats, and they just sit there and close their eyes and purr like crazy. So it must feel really, really good. But it's one of those meridians right along here that you can scratch. Calming, you can also try like calming herbs. I know Cat Calm by Feline Essential has a great product, or Feline Essentials Cat Calm is a great product that's real calming and nourishing. But I'm trying to think. Valerian, kind of not catnip. Some cats love catnip. Some cats like valerian. So valerian would be good if you had some valerian. You can just put it down on the floor. It can be very calming for some cats. Let him select it. Let him go over and sit next to it. Maybe he wants to eat some of it. Maybe he just wants to smell it. So that's something else that you can try as well. Okay. All right. So go to our next little cutie pie. Let's see who this next one. Okay. This is Peanut, you guys. And I'm going to have to shut this program down because I can't read it. Give me just a second. Let's see. Okay, so from what I can read, well, you know what? Let me try one other thing. Let me try to go over here. Okay. Oops. Nope. Hang on. One more. Okay, so Paula submitted Peanut, and her comment is, Peanut used to be a loving kitty. Now she just seems angry all the time. It's like she's in pain once in a while with her back legs, but we can't touch them because she bites us. So I would think that you're onto something. And Paula, I'm not sure if you are here on. Are you here on Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram? If so, let me know if you're here. So I'm betting your intuition says pain. So you may be right. Let's see. Does pain resonate with Peanut? Yes. Okay. Okay, let's see. Does skeletal system resonate? Again, yeah, yes, when I check that. Let's see, body part, yes. Hips, back leg. Is it right leg? Is it the right leg that resonates? Yes. Is it the left leg? The left leg resonating? No. Is it the right leg? Right back leg. Chiropractic. Muscle is our muscular system. No. Okay. So I'm not sure how old Peanut is, Paula, if you're here. Sometimes cats jump down, they land wrong, something gets out of alignment in their legs, hips, joints, whatever. And right rear leg is coming up. Subluxation, yes. So the first thing I would do is I would take Peanut to a veterinary chiropractor and have her looked at. Because chances are this is just an alignment issue. And yeah, they can be very painful. I've been personally using chiropractic care for probably 18, 20 years now, regularly. And it is a lifesaver. And if you've ever been out of alignment and had any kind of nerve pain or just general localized pain due to something out of alignment, it can be miserable. So I would just get her into a veterinary chiropractor to have her looked at and adjusted, and they can put her back in alignment. In the meantime, you might be able to use some homeopathy for pain or CBD for pain. But again, it's going to be a Band-Aid. We want to get to the root cause, which is the leg itself. So I would have it looked at. And let's see, in the meantime, for pain, would arnica? No. Would Russ Talks? Russ Would rutagraviol? No. Would Restox? No. Would Magphos? Magphos, so Magnesia phosphorica, I would go with 200C. That can be really good for musculoskeletal pain. And Magphos, is it 100% beneficial? Yes, 100%. So you can use it twice a day just for support until you can get her in to see a veterinary chiropractor. If you're not sure where to find a veterinary chiropractor, go onto ahvma.org's website and you can look up members who are holistic doctors who practice some type of holistic modality in their practice by zip code, like where you live, by state. You may have to do, and if you don't find anything listed there, do just a Google search or go onto DuckDuckGo and look up veterinary chiropractors near me and see what you can find. But that to me is the root cause. So address that, and then she won't be so painful. And that's why she doesn't want you to touch her, because she hurts. She's definitely in pain. So I hope that helps. I'm going to go back and answer a quick question from Tammy. She says, do they have any trauma from being taken away from their mama too soon? You know, Tammy, yes, if they're too young, but if you got him from a breeder, most breeders will not release their kittens until about 11 to 12 weeks of age, which is plenty of time. So let me know if it was like way earlier than that. If so, it can. Absolutely. But typically by 11, 12 weeks old, they're good to go. And mama is so ready for them to be gone. You know what I mean? Most of the time they're like pushing their kittens away, like, stop nursing on me, like around 8 or 9 weeks. So they get tired. So anyway, I hope that helps. And let me see. Oh, she begged us to take them at 8 weeks. Bless her heart. 8 weeks is a little young. It's not terrible, but I still feel like it's too young. So yeah, at least you have the sister, right? I think you said you had the sister too. So, they're together. That's awesome. Okay. I know, right? And she's already fallen in love with, yeah, it doesn't take long to fall in love with kittens. What, like 1 minute? Forget it. Your heart is theirs forever. It's too late. Okay. Last little one. Hi, Lindsay. Last little one for today is Sophia. And let me see what Sophia's mama or dad, I can't remember who submitted who. Okay, so Regina, Regina, I know you're here. Yay. So her little mini panther, Sophia, her eating is off. She put out a buffet of different foods, but she's just eating very little. This has been over a little over a week. She's a petite kitty naturally. It worries me when she isn't eating well. It would worry me as well. So I want to know, here's just a general good tip, just file this away somewhere in the back of your brain. If your cat is just healthy and happy and, eats well, has a good appetite, and then all of a sudden they're just like not eating well, they become reclusive, they start hiding, that is definitely a sign that something is wrong. My first gut instinct on those kind of cases is bladder. And pretty much, I want to say like 99% of the time, that's correct. It could be bladder. So not always, but look at bladder issues. And so I'm going to check Miss Sophie for bladder. So first of all, I'm going to ask, does bladder resonate with her? Yes. So if something resonates, it's like waving a little flag, like, help, I'm out of balance, something's wrong. Okay, does female sex organs resonate? Yes. Okay, well, she's not hiding or reclusive. That's good, but she's not eating, so something is not right. Bladder does resonate. Does lymph resonate? Yes. Okay, does bacteria? Yes. Okay, you definitely have something going on with bladder. When they don't feel good, they don't eat, right? So let's see if we can find the right remedy. First of all, let me ask you this, Regina, has there been stress between her and another cat? Environmental stress somehow? Oh, speaking of stress, hi. You want to come say hi? Come here. He wants to say hi. Say hi, Gun Gun. Say hello. Say hi, everybody. This is Mr. Stress. He hates the dogs outside. They block his peace, don't they? They bark, and then you get very, very upset, and you come inside, and he yells at me because the dogs make him mad. Our neighbor dogs on the other side of the fence. Anywho, where were we? Okay, so she's the only cat. I have a small dog. Okay, so let's just see if we can find a remedy to kind of help her. There may be some emotional stuff going on. Regina, how old is she? Is she like a senior, like doesn't take care of herself as much? Because there may be other things, but bladder is definitely something. So, is there a homeopathic remedy that would be beneficial for her? Yes. Okay. So, with Cantharis, Causticum, Lycopodium, Nux vomica, Pulsatilla, Arsenicum album would be 100%. Yes, 100%. Arsenicum. Okay, 17 to 18. Okay, Arsenicum album 30C is what tests well. You can use a 30C. Start with a couple times a day for several days, and then switch to once a day. I would do that for probably about a week or so, maybe a little less. Let's see, so total of about 6 days, 7 days, 7 days. And let's see if that can clear things up for her bladder. And does she need additional bladder support? Yes. Okay. So being an older cat, I would just put her on something like a Bladder Care by Herb Smith. A vitamin C, like a Urinary Cat by Feline Essential, would be great support. Ion gut support, no. Okay, vitamin C would be good. Omega-3s would be really good just as an antioxidant support for her. But older cats, what about a Tinkle Tonic by Animal Essentials? Yes, so that's a good one. Tinkle Tonic by Animal Essentials would be a good support as well. It just helps keep things clear, you know. Does E. coli bacteria? Yeah. Okay. So one of the most common bacteria that can cause UTIs in kitties is E. coli. And because of the proximity, where the female sex organs are and their little butthole, E. coli bacteria from their poop can just kind of migrate into that area. And if they're not cleaning themselves very well, it can start to develop, bacterial infections in that area. So I would say that's probably why she's getting this, most likely. Could she be taking on energy from you? Well, of course, our cats can always take on our energy. So we have to always check ourselves and make sure that we are dealing with any emotional stress that we're carrying as well. So our emotional blocks resonating with her. Yes, definitely they are picking up. Are these Reginas? Yeah, so you are. Welcome to the club. We all are at some point in our cat mom life, right? So yeah. Does that help give you some ideas how to support her? Check your own energy. She's definitely picking up on some emotions. Give her the bladder support. Use the Arsenicum album. Get her back into balance for sure. Okay. Let me know if you have any other questions about those. Okay. All right. So, well, that, guys, pretty much wraps up our 5 kitties today. I do see just a couple questions over here. One question from Karma the Black Cat on Instagram says, I need homeopathic suggestions with 2 cats not getting along. You know what? rather than try to use homeopathy for cats not getting along, you may need to go back to step one and reintroduce them, separate them, go through reintroduction process. I was on a round table with the two crazy cat ladies, the natural pet doctor and Naturally Cats, Julianne Thorne. I think it was last month, introducing a new cat. And we did step-by-step method, like a step-by-step process that you can follow to reintroduce cats who have been fighting or bringing in a new one into your home. So you may need to start the introduction process over again. That's what I would start with first. And then maybe things like herbs that are calming and that help like that. I don't know, like off the top of my head specifically. I don't want to tell you the wrong remedies because it really depends on the cat. But soothing herbs, angelica root can be very grounding if a cat feels very threatened. Obviously, if cats aren't getting along, there's a dominant personality and there's a weaker personality, and they're trying to find a medium, right? It's hard to find that medium, that balance. So we want to give the cat who's fearful the most that sense of grounding and protection. And we want to calm down the one who is overreacting. So there's different herbs for things like that. But I would check out naturallycats.com. Julianne has a lot of good resources on there to give you some ideas. And then go watch the roundtable video. It's on my YouTube channel under roundtables. And I believe it was in April. We just did it. So maybe that will give you some ideas. So yeah. Okay. Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope this was interesting. Don't forget, be looking next week sometime for the sign up to go out for the free webinar on a holistic approach to cat health. And that will be on May the 20th. So very excited to kind of introduce this to maybe people who are newer to the concept of holistic health for cats. And I will put links into the chat, not into the chat, but into the show notes for the vaccine detox customization, the podophyllum, if you guys want to see that. I'll also put in there some links to some of the other products that I mentioned today as well. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. Sign up for the newsletter. You can find it on my website, purrrfectlyholistic.com, as well as our store site, shop.purrrfectlyholistic.com. And that way you are going to be the first to know anything that goes on because we send out emails to you. We do not spam you. We do not sell your information. And you can always unsubscribe. So anyway, with that, we will say goodbye until next time. So enjoy your evening, everyone, and we'll see you again soon. Bye, guys.